Hello and welcome to the Daily Dulcinea. Today is August 27, 2008, and on this date in history in 1859, America struck oil in Pennsylvania, which would become the first successful oil well in the United States and would also eventually lead to the birth of the petroleum industry in the United States. So, Katz, can you tell us a little bit of the background of this story?
Yeah, sure. Well, in 1850, a man by the name of Samuel Keir developed this method so he could turn crude oil into something he called carbon oil. And they actually started using this instead of whale oil, which they used to kind of like illuminate their homes and stuff like that. So he used this method in Pennsylvania. And the town was actually called Oil Creek, Pennsylvania. So that's obviously a good name for the town,
Good
which I think they would realize that was a good name. Right. So, anywho, a company called the Pennsylvania Rock Oil Company said, we're going to start moving into Pennsylvania and make use of this oil because maybe we're onto something here. So they sent a man by the name of Colonel Edwin Drake to Pennsylvania. So the reason they sent this guy, he used to be a train conductor, but no more. So they sent this guy who he wasn't a colonel, but they said you should call him a colonel because he'll have more legitimacy that way, and the people will trust him more.
Interesting. So did he find oil?
Well, it wasn't easy. So he first got there, and he had some trouble finding oil. He started digging, and he didn't really get very much. So he started this new method. He's like, all right, people looking for salt used to drill. So he created a drill, and he started trying to drill down there, and he had one main problem, which was that the rock, the gravel, and the water just kept going into his hole when he kept holding a hole. So he tried another method. After his company said, all right, we can't do this anymore, so somebody else in the company said, I'll give you $500 if you keep trying.
For like one last try.
Yeah, one last try. So he kept trying, and then he finally said, all right, what if I kind of encase it in this steel like covering? So he did that, and he stuck that in the water, or in the
gravel
in the ground, and he was able to extract oil on this day. And he actually extracted a lot of oil on this day, some over 10 gallons to like 40 gallons of oil, and that's why this would become the start of the petroleum industry in the U.S.
Wow. So what happened after that? How did they get organized?
Well, they weren't very organized at first. I mean, there were a lot of small companies that said, all right, maybe this is something in the U.S., so they sent a lot of people there. Very disorganized. Everyone's trying to do something else. And then in 1870, a man by the name of John D. Rockefeller created Standard Oil. And he kind of merged a lot of these places together, creating one large company. And this was far more efficient. They were able to get much more oil out of this. And we can thank him for what we have today.
Well, thank you, Mr. Rockefeller.
You're welcome.
And thank you for your report.
No problem.
And for more information on this story as well as others, please visit us at findingdulcinea.com. Thank you, and we hope to see you again tomorrow.